Open Adoption and Family Services. Service Provider Voices, Nicole Tucker. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your job.
My name is Nicole Tucker. I currently work for DHS in Lane County, and I'm a child protection services worker, and I do child abuse investigations and assessments.
What motivates you in your work?
I really like helping families. I like to make sure that the kids are safe. I like to work with families to get them the services they need, whether they're struggling with substance abuse, mental health, or just financial despair at the time.
Describe the mom's situation and what led you to call OANFS.
I responded to a call from the hospital into our screening hotline that indicated there was a woman who had just delivered a baby. She was not interested in parenting, wanted to place the child up for adoption. So when I made contact with the mother, she indicated to me that she did not want to parent. She was not in a place where she could parent. And she had apprehensions about notifying her family because she didn't want them to know that she'd had a child. And so I talked through the options with her, one being the agency could take protective custody and place the child in foster care and eventually be adopted, but that by law, I was required to contact her family to notify them in case they wanted to parent. When she told me that that was absolutely not an option for her, I let her know that we do work with an adoption agency and I would contact them for her if she was looking at placing the child up for adoption, and we could potentially get him adopted straight from the hospital.
Describe the open adoption process.
I called Open Adoption and Family Services for her after I notified her of the organization and what they could do to help her and her child, and was able to get in contact with somebody immediately and locally on the phone in order to expedite the process and make sure the child had a safe place to discharge once he was medically cleared. I was in the hospital room with the mother when she was on the phone with the counselor. She sounded very positive, and it sounded like it was really something she wanted for her child, and the fact that she was able to choose the family made the process so much easier for her. I was able to communicate with the counselor throughout and got notification when the child had been adopted and picked up at the hospital.
Do you feel it's important for moms who are at risk of state intervention to have access to this alternative?
I absolutely think that it is important for them to have access to this should they choose not to parent. Most of the families we come in contact with want to parent, and that's not a viable option for them in that moment. So if we do come across families who are wanting this as an option and it's available to them, it's very helpful to have the information to be able to coordinate for them so it's not an added stressor in the moment that they're going through. I would share with coworkers that it was by far the easiest experience that I've had with a mom who is not ready to parent. Your agency was able to make the process seamless not only for me, but for the mother as well, and the hospital.
What's the best way for OANFS to support child welfare caseworkers?
I think just knowing that we have you as a resource, I can explain to coworkers or supervisors and we can present how to effectively use it, who you contact. The fact that there was a local number of a person who answered right away is invaluable when you're in the field and trying to make important decisions in a very short period of time. I think it's a fantastic service, and I hope it's something that we can utilize consistently moving forward.
Thanks, Nicole. Open Adoption and Family Services, Service Provider Voices. Produced by Open Adoption and Family Services. Connect with us at 1-800-772-1115 or go to openadopt.org.